Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Civil Conclave presentation. Today we are going to discuss about how to define the scope and execution of the project. Standard operating procedures, part 1. Because as this presentation is going to be subject is a huge one, I split it into two parts. Today I am presenting the part 1. In a couple of days I will present the part. The subject what we are going to cover in these presentations are as follows: execution, takeover, kickoff meeting, mobilization, subcontract management, layout and drawings, resource management, execution, daily activities, quality assurance and quality control, hindrances, reporting, extra item, site handover, completion, and maintain the subcontractors database. The project execution, how it is going to be, it's like that execution. It goes to subcontractor database, collect the subcontractors, take over the site from the client. Then we goes to kickoff meeting with the project manager and the client regarding how to execute the project and etc. From here we add a mobilization. After that, the mobilize the labor. You go for a resource management, subcontract management. Then from the mobilization is a part of the things is a layout and drawing, quality, setting up a quality assurance in the laboratory. From here you go to execution. In the execution, if any entrances, you take a record, report the same. If there is any extra items which is not mentioned in the BOQ, make a proper record of it and complete the project. This is the sequences of the now project. Let us go execution. One by one. Execution. To begin the execution, you have to take over the plot. That means a formal takeover of the site with all the necessary meetings after the internal kickoff meeting. Internal kickoff meeting will be attended by the members of the tendering as well as the execution department. Kickoff meeting. Initial meeting with the project manager and his team with the client has to be conducted. Mobilization. Then after that you have to commence the mobilization of the man and machine power to the project site. Subcontract management. Process of subcontract management. Layout and drawings. You have to collect the layout and drawings from the client, such as valid for construction and good for construction drawings, and proceed the work. Resource management. After the drawings is obtained, you have to manage your resources for a day-to-day construction and delay in the works. Quality assurance and the quality control. Maintaining quality work on the project is the responsibility of the quality assurance and the quality control department. Hindrances. Record the hindrances and finding the solution for the same continuity of the work. Reporting. Reporting from the project site to the head office as follows. If any extra items, execution of the extra items at the site has to be carried out. Completion. Formalities to be carried out after the completion of the project. Maintain the subcontractors base. Manage subcontractor database. Details of subcontractor. Details of the subcontractor shall be obtained and submitted to the directors for approval. See, this is the process of you take over from the client. In this, you have to consist of BOQ, base rate of materials, correspondences, subcontractor quotation, copy of letter intent, or any other tendering detail. These are the things a project manager has to collect it from his tendering department. Takeover. Formal takeover from the tendering department. Base rate of the material. If the client is supplying the material on recovery basis, the list of materials and the base rate mentioned in the tender shall be handed over to the project team, that is the project manager and his team. BOQ, sale rate and a costing handover. The tendering department has to hand over the complete set of a BOQ with the sale rate and costing to the project in charge so that he can keep a control on the project execution. Correspondences. Collect all the correspondences with the client before the formal work order has been. Subcontractor quotation. All the quotations received during the tendering based on which pricing was done for the project shall be taken over by the project in charge so that he can control the project costing. Copy of the letter of intent. Copy of the letter of intent has to be collected from the tendering department by the project manager. Any other tendering detail. Any other detail for execution of the project shall be taken over from the tendering department in detail. See the kick-off meeting. What is meant by kick-off meeting? Kick-off meeting. Portion of the plan, you add that. Execution plan, you have to create execution plan. You should have the tender drawing, clearances, infrastructure and soil investigation. Kick-off meeting. Initial meeting of the project manager and his team with the client has to be carried out. Possession of the plot. Possession of the plot in the name of the client shall be checked. If there is no document available, obtain an affidavit from the client. Checklist for a title of the free plot. Check whether a plot is free from the anything. Execution plan. Execution plan should be prepared by the project monitoring cell in the headquarters in consultation with the project manager. Execution plan shall be prepared taking into the consideration of the assumptions considered while bidding and priorities of the client discussed during negotiation or during the kick-off meeting. These discussions should be properly documented for further references. Execution plan shall be approved by the client. Execution plan consists of tender drawings. Tender drawings shall be studied and clarification if there is anything has to be sought from the client or from the tendering department. Clearances. Clearance to start the work shall be obtained from the client. Infrastructure setup. After this, you have to set up the infrastructure plan such as labor colony, temporary structure, storage yard, location of the stores, temporary access road to the project site, location of the steel yard, concreting mix plant location, electrical substation, water point, water tank. Formal approval of the client should be taken for locating these things in writing. Soil investigation. Client is requested to give the soil investigation report if they have conducted a test, or the contractor has to carry out his test on his own. Okay. Now comes the mobilization. Plan mobilization. Once you mobilize, you have to require for a manpower requirement. The manpower requirement consists of availability of the manpower. If it is no, go for a new recruitment. If it is yes, make that necessary transfer. Machinery requirement. Machinery available with the company. If it is yes, start the new project. If it is no, go for hire or a purchase of the machineries. Mobilization will comes of the material requirement and material at the site. Mobilization. Mobilization of the man power and machine power etc. at the project site. Plan the mobilization. Requirement of the project shall be studied as per the schedule, plan and mobilization of the manpower, machine power has to be prepared accordingly. Manpower requirement. Manpower requirement has to be sent to the HO for HO. Availability of the manpower. check the availability of the manpower. New recruitment. In case you are not having a necessary manpower, ask the HR department to do the new recruitment. The new recruitment has to be hired by the HR department. Transfer. If any project is nearing completion, you can transfer the staff to the new projects. Machinery requirement. Machinery requirement shall be sent to the HO for the resource coordinator. Hire and purchase machinery. In case of the machineries is not available for a time being, you can go for machinery hire or a purchase after obtaining the concurrence from the HO. Material requirement. Material requirement should be sent to the purchase department well in advance so that they can plan the procurement considering the lead time, etc. etc. The execution team has to follow up with the purchase department regarding the material on the site at the time. Now subcontract management. Subcontract managers. Okay, requirement, float the inquiry, receive quotation, shortlist the subcontractor, negotiate with them, purchase or work order, item rate contract or a labor contract, then subcontractor billing. Subcontract management. Requirement of subcontractor has agencies has to be listed out. It will differ from project. Enquiries to be floated into the market, requesting the quotation from the existing subcontractors as well as the new contractor. Enquiries shall be mandatory for a specialized item. Enquiries can be optional in case the contract is directly given to the subcontractor if it was finalized during the tendering. Receive quotation. Collect the quotations from the various vendors to prepare a comparative statement for a various trade. Shortlisting of contractor. Subcontractors shall be shortlisted from quotation received after making study of the comparative statement. Negotiation and finalization. Shortlisted contractor shall be called for a negotiation. The negotiation meetings will be on the basis of the scope of the work, rate, quality, terms of payment, etc. Finalize the things shall be documented and signed by both the parties. Approval shall be taken from the HO for allowing the work. Release of work order. Work orders shall be prepared by the project site by the QS and the project manager. Predefined terms and conditions of the companies shall be incorporated in the work order. Work order approval. Hard copy is prepared and approved by the respective project managers and the branch heads. Hard copies to be sent to the HO for a management approval. Item rate contracts, back-to-back contracts. For back-to-back contract, schedule should be prepared for subcontractors as and when required. If any guarantee of the work has to be given to the client, such as waterproofing, etc., same class shall be incorporated in the work order as well. Labor contractor. Work orders shall be raised for a labor contractors. Proper record of labor shall be maintained for a labor contractors and the signature of the representative shall be taken daily. Subcontractor billing. In case of back-to-back contract, company has a provision of billing once in a month with a provision to pay advance fortnightly. In case of subcontractor billing, bills are prepared and submitted to the project manager at the site. In case of item rate contractor, measurements are checked with the drawing when the work is executed as per the drawing. In case of extra item, joint measurement should be taken and signed by both the parties. In case of labor contractor's bill submitted by the labor contractor, it has to be checked and verified by the site. In case of labor and PRW, billing cycle is 7 days advance, 7 days invoice. Thus, bills has been generated every 15 days once. Bill shall be prepared and entered in site by QS. The hard copies has to be sent to the higher authorities for the approval. Okay, all these document has to be signed by the QS, project manager and the project head. The balance part I will be continuing in the second part. Thank you for watching this presentation. Kindly subscribe, like, share, which will motivate me for a further good presentation. In case of any queries, do not hesitate to write to me. The response shall be at the earliest. You can contact me at civilconclave@gmail.com or at my Telegram group, Civil Conclave Telegram group. The link is as follows. Thank you for watching this presentation. Kindly subscribe and motivate me for a further